Good evening, everyone. It is 11 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. So, I'm here. Nick is on the phone in the background,
Hello, everybody.
and thank goodness that people could hear. So anyway, as I as I said, I'm Mason Lambert, and that's Nicholas P. Store, and
How you doing, everybody?
this is Roaring Skies, I guess.
I guess so.
Did you upload that video to the podcast thing?
No, I did not. So I just uploaded it to the channel.
I mean, it's fine. We haven't really touched it in like a month.
I can go boot up my computer and download it today if you need me to.
No, we could probably just wait off on that.
Are you sure? Because I can go boot up my computer and it'll only take about 3 minutes to do.
I'm sure I can. Honestly, I can probably just do it from my computer. It won't take that long. All I have to do is download the video to my computer and then upload it to the podcast.
Mason, I can upload it to the pod. Here. As a matter of fact, I'll just go get on my computer real quick. Hold on. Because Mason, you don't have to go through all that. I'll just upload it to the Spotify real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna have to set the phone down because I have to charge my phone, but I'll be back in just a minute. Okay?
It's kind of too late for that. I'm about to just do it. It's fine.
Okay.
I can just do it.
Okay.
It'll just take a second. Since it's downloading. I wanna rock with you. Okay. All I gotta say YouTube is don't copyright me for my singing style. Let's see when our last episode was. It's been over a month.
Yeah, let's put that on there.
Yeah. Our last episode was March 1st.
Okay.
Not the video. This video. Okay. All right, I'm going to give the episode the same title and the same description. Where the fuck? Sorry, guys.
I'm still here.
I just F-bombed by accident.
You're good.
On stream.
You what?
I F-bombed by accident on stream.
It's okay. Slip up on things every now and then. We're good.
I barely slip up is the problem.
Okay, Mason. Well, we're not going to get in trouble for a tiny little slip up.
People get bananered for little mistakes.
Yeah, but we don't cuss all that much. The last time we had a cuss word drop on our episode was that one day Chris was yelling at that.
Whoa. Jeez. Buddy, your description is all over the place.
My description of what?
Your description on your video.
What? What do you mean it's all over the place?
I mean, it's literally all over the place, buddy.
Well, you see that blank space? No pun intended. And you see that, well, not blank space, that thing in the video? That long, like, link? I haven't put a link to where I got some of the information from for the video on there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just real quick going ahead and I have to check the number of episodes that are on the podcast. Guys, this is a do it as you learn type of channel.
What?
This is a do it as you learn type of channel.
Heck yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay,
Heck
so
yeah.
so with the episodes, so we have 21 episodes.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh, heck yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This would be 20. Season 1, episode 20. It's weird that this is episode 20.
I know, right? It's hard to believe that we started this a couple months ago, and now we're on, like, what?
We started in October.
Yeah,
Okay, so the podcast will probably be on Spotify within the next 15, 20 minutes.
okay.
It's published, but it will be a while. It takes a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's get into the topic of this video. So we went ahead and covered bases on a lot of storms, including not limited to the Perryville tornado.
Yeah, I think we made
Both of them.
On that, and we plan on making a third.
And this is our third as of now.
Yeah.
At least what I have currently at my disposal.
Mhm.
Because as you can see, Nick is just on my phone. I'm not really he's not really in the stream. That's because it's 11:08 at night. His brother's trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Give us some slack.
But then again, to be fair, I could have texted you, so I'm not going to put it all on you. I could have texted you.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, I know, I still could have texted you earlier, but hey, we're here right now, that's all that matters, right?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're gonna real quick talk about a outbreak that occurred on March 15th of this year. Because why not?
Yeah.
Why not, right? So March 16th, we only had in our region EF1 and EF2, EF0 and EF1 tornadoes.
Yeah.
So we had an EF0 go through south of Redbud, and EF1 go through New Athens.
Hey Mason, do you want me to send a picture to the screen of the pictures I took?
We're gonna do more of an in-depth one in the future.
Okay, so you want me to save them then?
Yeah, save them for that one. And then there was a lot of EF1s along one line between Stratton and Pana. And then these tornadoes continued to these storms continued to produce EF0 and EF1 tornadoes through it looks like near southern Champaign County. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just pouring myself a glass of tea.
The first tornado touched down in Macoupin County. The first tornado touched down in Macoupin County and picked up in Montgomery County. This tornado was on the ground for 6 miles. And the peak wind was 100 miles per hour. The second tornado of the outbreak on this storm specifically, 98 mile per hour winds, 7 miles. This tornado was on the ground. This EF1 touched down on the north side of Hillsborough and in Montgomery County and was only on the ground for 3 miles and was 98 miles per hour. And then another EF1 touched down around 5:55 p.m. at 90 miles per hour. It was on the ground for almost 8 miles.
What?
This tornado was on the ground for almost 8 miles. Then we have another tornado. This one was on the ground for almost 15 miles. The tornado touched down on the east side of Nokomis, causing widespread tree damage. The tornado moved northeast towards Almond, causing more tree damage. It crossed into Christian County and curved east into Rosamond, and where it produced more tree damage, and it advanced into Pama, where it uprooted and snapped off several large trees. And we wish that was the last tornado from that storm. It was not. At 6:18, an EF1 tornado at 90 miles per hour touched down southwest of Assumption and town along West Illinois Street, where it uprooted and snapped numerous trees and knocked over a couple power lines. The tornado proceeded through town, where it snapped more trees and removed roofing material from a downtown building and tossed it into an alley. As the tornado exited town to the northeast, it damaged a few more trees before it dissipated before crossing Highway 51. And then we have an EF0 tornado that touched down at 6:37 in the evening, was on the ground for 2 miles. The tornado developed about 2 miles west of Bethany, where it uprooted an old tree. It carved to the northeast and caused tree damage as well as destroying an outbuilding along County Road 225 East before dissipating near Highway 121. And there were several tornadoes that occurred within this storm. And it looks like that one was the last tornado of that specific one. As we look through our entire region for that day, not a lot of tornadoes occurred. And I believe March 15th was a let me real quick go ahead and show environmentals. So there was 1,000 joules per kilogram. So I'm going to real quick go ahead and show you guys the the loop of how these storms were moving. So so around 4 o'clock, we started getting some alerts come in. We started seeing some tornado warnings be issued into our region, especially in Carter and Ripley County. That was the first tornado warning that we had in our region. Then they issued multiple tornado warnings they issued one for St. Louis and extended into Madison County, and the tornado warning came into St. Francis and St. Genevieve counties, and then storms started moving into Randolph County, and then they issued a tornado warning to go into Randolph County. The storm continued to move through Randolph County and St. Clair County, where it produced an EF0 and EF1 tornado, the EF0 being near Redbud and the EF1 being in New Athens.
Yeah, that was crazy. My pool got destroyed because of that.
And looking at this, looking back at how the radar looked during this storm as it was moving through Washington County, this storm looked mean on radar.
Was it part of the line, or was it a supercell?
It was part of the line. I'm looking at the radar image from when it was in Washington County and Clinton County. They had a tornado warning on it, I think, because of how it looked on radar.
Yeah.
Like, the storm was bowed. Like, it was a bowing segment in the storm. And the storm continued moving through Washington County and into Marion County. They didn't end up issuing sorry.
What?
I lost my train of thought. That's what happened.
You're good, buddy.
Oh.
You good there, Mason?
Yeah, just I may have to put 100 on this map. I'll take my chances of going through the entire day. Okay, so around 3 p.m. we had storms start to flare up in the area. We had a severe thunderstorm warning we had severe thunderstorm warnings start to be issued near St. Charles.
Oh, St. Charles, Missouri?
Yes. And we started having some severe thunderstorm warnings issued for Shannon and Oregon counties. And they issued a tornado warning for Howell County, which is the county that West Plains is in. And as these storms continued to move closer, we started getting more warnings issued. And the reason why I have the severe this radar image thing to be in 5-minute intervals instead of 15 is because looking at the individual radar loops is crucial. Is crucial to looking at these images. So as these storms continue to move through the area, we see what the National Weather Service in Springfield was doing. They for the 455 loop, they had all part of southern Shannon and most of Oregon County under a tornado warning.
Really?
Around this time, they also had a tornado warning in effect for St. Louis.
You think that was the storm me and my dad were driving towards?
And then the 5 o'clock one, 5 o'clock loop, the National Weather Service in Paducah had issued a tornado warning for Carter and Ripley County, all of Carter and most of Ripley County. The one you guys were driving towards was the one going through, at this point on the radar, through Reynolds County.
Yeah.
And we continued to go ahead and go into the future here on this thing. The tornado signature going through St. Louis was starting to go into Illinois through St. Louis. The storm continued to move through the region. The National Weather Service had issued a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible tag for St. Genevieve and St. Francis counties.
Yeah.
Those counties had less whoops. Was not wanting to do that yet.
So what happened?
It looped.
Oh.
It didn't loop when I didn't want it to.
Oh.
So at 5:10, the National Weather Service in Paducah canceled the tornado warning for Carter. Actually, I don't think they did. No, they didn't. Just a new severe thunderstorm warning had been issued. Sorry.
Was that the storm me and my dad were driving up towards near Fredericktown?
No, that's not the storm I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the one that hit Carter and Ripley County and Randolph County, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
So it's further south. And then these storms continue to move through at the 5:15 update on this radar. The new alerts are on this map, specifically our severe thunderstorm warning for Madison, northern Monroe, and northern St. Clair, a tornado warning for St. Francis and St. Genevieve counties. And that's about all the warnings that are new on this map at the 5:15. At the 5:20, the newest alert was a tornado warning for southern Monroe and southern St. Clair, which did at the time include New Athens, Illinois, Waterloo. By the way, if you go to school in Waterloo tomorrow, you do not have school. So let me actually describe this real quick because it may be important, it may not be. Honestly, I'm just going to choose to say it is. A student decided to go into the school on Saturday morning and empty a fire extinguisher in the junior high building. And fire extinguishers are toxic.
Yeah.
So tomorrow the custodians have to deep clean, test if the air is safe for them to come back on Tuesday.
It's crazy, man.
Monday, they're doing a remote. They're not doing a remote learning day. They're doing a emergency day. Most schools are actually still closed tomorrow for Easter break. So Anyway, sorry. Let's get back on track here. So I thought you guys needed to know that real quick so that you guys could prepare for tomorrow. Since Monroe County is a county that we cover in our watch area, let's go ahead and go back into looking at the radar from March 15th. So we had at the 5:20 update, like I said, we have that new tornado warning for St. Clair and Monroe.
Yeah.
At the 5:25, no new alerts come into mind except for southern Macoupin County. That's the only tornado severe thunderstorm warning that is new on this alert. At the 6:30 update, a new tornado warning had been issued for southern parts of Ripley County. A new severe thunderstorm warning had been issued for southern Monroe, southern St. Clair, and most of Randolph County. Then at the 5:45 update, a new tornado warning had been issued for southern most of Randolph County, southern Monroe, southern St. Clair. And also, it looks like a new severe thunderstorm warning was issued for St. Genevieve and St. Francis County. And then a new severe thunderstorm warning was issued for Wayne, northern Butler, and parts of Carter County. Also, in this alert, a new severe thunderstorm warning for northern Greene and most of Clay County, Arkansas. And then we go into the 5:40 update.
Yeah.
The mass difference is the tornado warning for northern St. Clair and Madison County had been canceled.
Yeah.
Is the big update on that storm. The tornado warning for Carter and Ripley County had been trimmed. And then we go into the 5:45 update. The severe thunderstorm warning had been removed out of the severe thunderstorm warning and the tornado warning had been removed from St. Francis and St. Genevieve counties. The tornado warning was still in effect for Randolph and St. Clair and a small smidget of Monroe. And then the biggest update from the 5:50 update on the radar was a tornado warning for Perry County, Illinois.
Yeah.
Which that
was that the one you had to take shelter with?
The Randolph County one, because I live in Steelville.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because whenever I was storm chasing, you called me and told me you had to cut the stream off because you had to take shelter.
And then there was a confirmed tornado warning in effect for Lawrence County, southern Clay, a majority of Greene County, northern Craighead, and into parts of Dunklin County. And yes, at that point, that tornado warning was confirmed. It was a confirmed tornado warning. It was issued confirmed from that get-go. So that felt like something I had to acknowledge there.
Yeah.
And the second update on this 5:50 update that I would like to acknowledge is the severe thunderstorm warning for northern Perry County, Missouri. This warning was tornado possible. warning. They had, I think Paducah pretty much had tornado possible on every single severe thunderstorm warning that night.
Yeah.
Since that was the kind of environment that we were going through. The biggest update from the 6 o'clock p.m., the 5:55 update, we had a new severe thunderstorm warning for Butler and Carter counties. Actually, that's Ripley County. Sorry. And then a new tornado warning had been issued for all of Washington County and southern Fayette County.
Yeah.
The biggest update, I think, at the 6 o'clock, let's go into the 6 o'clock, was a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Clay County in northern Green. Actually, I think that's old. A severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Cape Girardeau, Wayne, Stoddard, Butler, and southern parts of Boulder County.
Yeah.
6:05, the biggest update from this tornado, they trimmed the tornado warning for Randolph County. By the way, 3 minutes after they trimmed this warning, they would just cancel the tornado warning entirely for Randolph County.
Yeah.
It took them a while to cancel the one for Perry County.
In Missouri?
Illinois.
I was going to say, because right as me and my dad were driving up on the one that was in Perry County, Missouri, it got changed to a severe thunderstorm warning. It was tornado warning. We were driving up toward it, but once we got close, it just got downgraded to a severe thunderstorm warning.
Because as I was moving out of Randolph County, the tornadic warning part of it just got weaker. The biggest jump was this at the 6:10 update. There was a severe thunderstorm warning for Randolph County still in effect. There was still a tornado warning. They had the tornado warning in effect for Perry County until 6:30 p.m.
Are you talking about the one in Illinois?
Yes, they didn't cancel it.
Oh, did they forget to, or did they extend it?
They just forgot to cancel it, I think.
Okay.
So it was just in effect through the expiration. I think they were accommodating just in case one of the rotations in Washington County moved a little south, because there was multiple circulations.
Yeah.
So the biggest update at the 6:15 update, what is a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Dunklin, Pemiscot, all of Craighead, Northern Green, Olive Green, Northern Poinsett, and then it went to Mississippi County, Arkansas. And so then the 6:20 update comes around. They trimmed the tornado warning just for parts of Greene and parts of Clay and a small smidge of Dunklin County.
Yeah.
Was in that. So let's move on to the 6:25. The biggest updates in the 6:25, there was a new tornado warning for eastern portions of Craighead, southern Greene, most of the southern half of Dunklin, southern Pemiscot. Then there was another tornado warning. 2 tornado warnings issued during this cycle. One for northern Cape Girardeau and southern Perry County, Missouri. The other issued for eastern, southeastern Bullinger and southern Cape Girardeau counties. So during that time, all of Cape Girardeau County was virtually under a tornado warning.
Yeah.
And I can see why they had it on there, because looking at it on radar,
Yeah.
it was definitely there. So they did make the right call on that one.
Yeah.
During the 6:30 update, the biggest updates include a new tornado warning for eastern Clay, northern Dunklin County, and northern Pemiscot. So virtually at that time, all of Dunklin County was under a tornado warning, including Kennett. Kennett was under 2 tornado warnings at the same time, because the 2 intersected near Kennett.
Yeah.
And around this time, all of Cape Girardeau County was still under a tornado warning. And by the way, the tornado warning in Perry County was south of Perryville, along I-55 near Fruitland. And then 640. The biggest update from the 640 is a severe thunderstorm warning for Jackson, Perry, Illinois.
Is Jackson County what? Because I know where Williamson County is.
Jackson County is Carbondale, Murfreesboro area.
Okay, so like around Carbondale, Murfreesboro, around the Heron area.
Campbell Hill.
Okay.
Jackson County has Campbell Hill, Ava, Jacob, Gorham, Cora, Dowell, Virgins area.
Yeah.
That's Jackson County. Then we're going to move on to the 645 update. The biggest update from this one of the biggest updates from this one is a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Jefferson County, a tornado warning for New Madrid and southern Stoddard, and the little island of Fulton County, Kentucky. That's there. The tornado warning have been trimmed to far eastern Perry County and northeastern tip of Cape Girardeau County.
Yeah.
A tornado warning had been issued for northern Union, southern Jackson, and into western portions of Williamson County.
So
at that
by
point,
Marion
was in the warning.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the biggest update from that warning. Also, it was trimmed a little bit just so the polygon didn't go further into a different county area, because in the last several updates on that one, it looked like they the polygon went into Washington County.
Yeah.
So they issued another severe thunderstorm warning. They trimmed that one out of there and just had the severe thunderstorm warning cover that area for that one. The biggest update in the 650 update, not really much of an update on this one. The biggest update from the 655 update was a new tornado warning for Mississippi County, Arkansas, southern Dyer County, Tennessee area, and southern Pemiscot. That was the biggest update from that time, as well as a severe thunderstorm warning for Memphis.
Okay.
7 o'clock around, and the biggest update on this one was a new severe thunderstorm warning for all of most of Jackson County, all of Union, most of Alexander and Pulaski, parts of the county that is Johnson County.
Pulaski, isn't that down by Cairo?
Pulaski County is directly to the east of Cairo. Cairo is in Alexander County.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, Alexander and Pulaski County, yeah.
And then Johnson County and a majority of Williamson County was also under that severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning was still in effect for that area as well. And then going into the following update, the biggest update at the 7:05 update was a new tornado warning for northern Union County for a rotation that was relatively tight at that point. I remember.
Was it super tight or super narrow?
Tight.
No, that's what I said. On the broad or narrow?
Narrow.
Okay.
Like it was there for a few scans and then it was gone.
So
the 7:10 update. The biggest update from this one was the tornado warning for Jackson and Williamson being trimmed to just include Carbondale and Marion and Carterville and Craneville areas. Craneville areas. The biggest update from the 7:15 update was a tornado warning for southern Franklin and northern Williamson. And yes, there was a relatively strong rotation on that storm. But that was around the time that my voice was starting to give out because I was talking for over 7 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't you say that you went live for like 10 hours that day?
8 hours. I was only live for 8 because my voice started giving out around 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I told people at the end of the stream, go to either KFES or WPST because they would likely be on.
Yeah.
The biggest All right, I think we should switch our gears to something else.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it on March 15th, 2025.
Oh, the one that happened last year?
Yeah, let me see how that loop goes. All I say is I wish that the okay, let me check what. Okay, let's go back up here and real quick go to the. So around 11:55 was when they issued the tornado warning for Randolph County because tornado had moved in.
Around what time?
11:55 p.m.
Okay.
And they had multiple tornado warnings in effect for Jackson County at that point.
Was this the night of March 14th, 2025? Or
Yes.
15th?
March 14th through the 15th.
Okay, because I was going to say, yeah, there was a couple tornado warnings that went past me. I actually had to call a friend. I actually had to call my sister, Emma, over in Missouri and tell her and her family to stay hunkered down and don't come out until I say.
That sounds a little threatening.
Well, Mason, you know what I mean. I called her and she said she was in the basement, and then I go, are you in the basement? And I was like, there's a tornado passing right by you. Do not come out until I didn't say it like that. I actually scratched out. Well, what I said was don't come out until I say it's safe for you to come out. Stay in that basement. Don't come out until I say, because it's almost on top of you. That's what I said. I couldn't remember. But anyway.
Don't come out until I say so.
And Mason, I know that sounds weird, but given the context of the situation, can you see why I said it? Because it was almost on top of her whenever I looked on radar.
Yeah, it's understandable that
And mind you, I could have chose my words differently. It does sound weird now that you say it like that, but I'm in the heat of the moment. Once I seen it was almost on top of her, my adrenaline was pumping, so you know how it is whenever you get scared, you say stuff that it just doesn't, you
sound right.
Huh?
Just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, you want to protect the people you love, but at the same time, the stuff you say just sounds dumb. Yeah.
Honestly, stuff is relatable. That's all I gotta say about it.
Because there's other stuff I've said to family members who were in the path of tornadoes, like for example, I told other people to get your ass in that basement now. Quit talking to me and get your ass in that basement.
Nick, I'm live.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You just did the A-bomb.
Okay, get your butt in that basement.
Too late now.
Huh?
Too late now.
I know, but that's what I said. I said, get your butt in that basement, I had a family member texting me one time, and I'm like, there's a tornado moving towards one of your relatives' house right now, and I'm all like, you should tell them to get in the basement. Get off the phone with me and tell them to get in the basement. That's what I said. I was like, get off the phone with me. But Mason, back to you were saying, I'm sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant.
No, it's completely fine.
But yeah, basically, to sum it up briefly, I was thinking on emotion instead of a rationale. I was just saying things that just sounded stupid in the heat of the moment.
But you're being protective.
Yeah, whenever one of my family members is in danger, I just I don't know. I just go into protective mode. But anyway. So what were you saying about the tornado?
Which one?
I think before I went on my little. Oh yeah, we were talking about the March 14th. Yeah, and about how I was telling my sister to stay in cover because it was almost on top of her.
Your sister.
And then, huh?
Your sister.
Yeah. Well. Hey. Technically, we're not brother and sister by blood. I just, it's just a really close friend. But anyway, anyway, I called her and I called a bunch of other of my buddies who were living around the Belleville region at the time. Because didn't Belleville have a tornado warning too?
I don't remember.
because I called my buddy. Yeah. I'm trying to remember his name. Oh, Matt. Matt was his name. His name was Matt. I called him because he lived in Mascoutah at the time, and then I think there was a confirmed tornado near Mascoutah, I think.
Could have been. I don't really know.
And then I also called this one guy I used to be cool with, which I'm not going to say his name because that doesn't matter. But
yeah, of course it doesn't matter. If you don't talk to them anymore, it doesn't matter anymore.
But called him and told him to get in the basement. So I called my sister and I called two of my friends. Well, actually, no, I called her and I called two of my friends that lived in Mascoutah. And then I called my friend who lived in Redbud. And then I called my friend who lived in Chester named Damien. And I asked him if there was any severe weather down by where he was, because the storms were going around me. Like, there was storms going to my north and south. And then I called my grandma.
Okay, let's go ahead and real quick talk about the number of warnings issued by the National Weather Service in St. Louis. I think this is by Illinois only.
Yeah, I was going to say, because
their Illinois counties had 231 severe thunderstorm warnings. 13 of them had a wind tag of 50 miles per hour. 39 of them had a 70 mile per hour wind event. 194 had 50 mile per hour had 5.6%, 16.9% for 70, and 84% for 60 mile per hour winds. The values for the hail tags are as follows: 1 inch in diameter hail, 74.9%. $half sized hail, 10%. 1.5 inch in diameter, 8.2%. No hail tag at all, 20.8%. 1.75, 7.4%.
Yeah.
By the way, 37% of the severe thunderstorm warnings had a tornado possible tag.
Yeah.
Tag in 2025.
Crazy, ain't it?
52 severe thunderstorm warnings had the considerable tag on them. And that's 22%, almost 23% of the severe thunderstorm warnings. There were 93 total tornado warnings.
92, you said?
93.
93 tornado warnings in 2025? Or was this just from one outbreak?
2025 in general.
That's a lot of tornado warnings for just 1 year, but I'm believing 2025
and
is
100% of the tornado warnings started off as radar indicated. 21% of the tornado warnings became observed.
And how many became tornado emergencies?
St. Louis had no catastrophic tornado warnings.
Well, hey, I know Paducah did.
They had a considerable tag.
Yeah.
They had considerable, so that's PDS tornado warning. 5.4% of the tornado warnings were.
No, but I'm just saying. Considered. I know Paducah issued a tornado emergency for the storm that went south of Marion, or the tornado that went south of Marion. They issued a tornado emergency.
I'm gonna try to find Paducah on this, on my side of things.
And by the way,
all right, so let's go ahead and real quick go into the details of Paducah's. Paducah had 414 severe thunderstorm warnings, 156 tornado warnings, and 91 flash flood warnings. We had 4% of the severe thunderstorm warnings be 50 mile per hour, 60 mile per hour. We had 87%, 16% for 70. We had 2 80 mile per hour. We had 2 destructive storms. 23% of the severe thunderstorm warnings were considered considerable. 6 of them, 1%, almost 2% of the severe thunderstorm warnings in 2025 in our region were considered destructive.
Mm. And Mason, correct me if I am wrong, but the National Weather Service in Paducah, that tornado emergency they issued for south of Marion, wasn't that tornado emergency covering a larger area than the Mayfield tornado?
It covered central and east portions of Williamson and a majority of southern Saline County.
I was gonna say, isn't it the biggest tornado emergency that they've ever issued? Because I think at the time,
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I remember people saying at the time that the tornado emergency expanded further than the Mayfield one did.
The Mayfield one only included Mayfield itself.
And the surround, and once it got close to Benson, then they issued a tornado emergency for Benson. But anyway, that's it. We've already talked about that.
Anyway, 90% of the tornado warnings in 2025 were radar indicated at first. 34% of them were either issued as observed or had been updated to observed. 18% of our tornado warnings were PDS tornado warnings in 2025. That is a big number.
Yeah.
Especially for our region.
Yeah.
And then 1.3% of tornado warnings were catastrophic.
In our area?
Yes, and one of them was the Carter and Ripley County tornado emergency for Van Buren.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And then the second one was for one south of Marion. I thought there was more tornado emergencies. I thought they issued more on the 16th.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised there wasn't a tornado emergency for St. Louis whenever that mile-wide tornado came through.
I think it may have been because St. Louis was sheltering at that point.
Yeah, because the tornado formed literally out of nowhere. Like, the storm didn't look that impressive. And the next thing you know, I started seeing a debris ball on radar, and I was like, "What the?"
Okay, so let's talk about the flash flood warnings as well, because it's something to talk about. So, 53% of the flash flood warnings were observed.
Yeah.
23% was radar and gauge indicated, and 61% were radar indicated. 31% of the flash flood warnings were considered considerable. 3.3% were considered flash flood emergencies. And those flash flood emergencies occurred in Carter and Ripley County and Cape Girardeau County. Respectively. Those occurred 2 days after, I think it was after the March 14th or 15th event.
Yeah.
But those occurred either that, or it was after the 2nd. I'll look through all of them. The one for Carter and Ripley County occurred day after the 4th outbreak, the 4th of April. We had a lot of flash flood warnings that day because there was a lot of rain.
Yeah.
There was a lot of rain after that one. And that
there was. You still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, you stopped talking for a second.
I do that sometimes
You're good.
from time to time. So, yeah, the tornado emergency was issued at 2325Z on the 16th. It was issued for a catastrophic. All right, let me real quick just look at the text of the warning. So the text for the warning, this was the text. Tornado emergency for southeastern Williamson and southern Saline County. The National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Williamson County in southern Illinois, southern Saline County in southern Illinois until 7 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:23 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a confirmed large and destructive tornado was observed near Hudgens or near Creel Springs, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Tornado emergency for southeastern Williamson and southern Saline County. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard, deadly tornado. Source, radar confirmed tornado. Impact, you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. This tornado will be near Creel Springs and Carrier Mills around 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Harrisburg around 6:35 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Stonefort. This includes Interstate 57 in Illinois between mile markers 45 and 54. Precautionary preparedness actions. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If in a mobile home, a vehicle, or outdoors, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Repeating, the National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a tornado emergency for the following counties in Illinois: Williamson, Saline. Yeah, trying my best to imitate the National Weather Service voice.
I was going to say, you were doing a pretty good job. That was some pretty frightening wording that they used for that tornado emergency, because that's just, if I heard something like that, I'd probably wonder how far it is away from me, because I've gone through tornado.
That storm, that rotation there went over Cora.
And yeah, I know.
It went over Cora while it was like cycling. It wasn't even on the ground at all.
No, and it wasn't, because the storm didn't look that impressive when it was over by where you were. And once it got over to Marion, it just exploded.
Went to Carbondale even.
Yeah, it exploded.
Probably because we had a lot of rain. There was a lot of rain before that. That's the main reason why. There was a lot of rain before the storms moved into Jackson County. And then the secondary text on this, so this one, so I'm going to do this again. Tornado emergency for Dikersburg and Carrier Mills. A tornado warning remains in effect until 7 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time for southeastern Williamson, and southern Saline counties. At 6:38 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a confirmed large and destructive tornado was located near Carrier Mills, or 9 miles west of Harrisburg, moving east at 55 miles per hour. Tornado emergency for Dikersburg and Carrier Mills. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard: deadly tornado. Source: weather spotter confirms tornado. Impact: you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. This tornado will be near Harrisburg and Carrier Mills around 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Other locations impacted include by this tornadic thunderstorm include Stonefort. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If in a mobile home, a vehicle, or outdoors, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Repeating, a tornado warning remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Illinois: Williamson, Saline. Yeah, do you think they found their new voice if they need a voice?
Absolutely, Mason.
And then around 6:47, they went ahead and downgraded the warning to a PDS. So here's how that went. A tornado warning remains in effect until 7 p.m. 7 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time for southern Saline County. At 6:46 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Carrier Mills, or near Harrisburg, moving east at 55 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Hazard: damaging tornado. Source: weather spotters confirmed tornado. This storm has a history of producing severe structure damage and could produce another strong tornado at any time. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. This tornado will be near Harrisburg around 6:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Precautionary preparedness actions. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous, and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to an basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Repeating, a tornado warning remains in effect until 7 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county in Illinois: Saline. Yeah, and I think at that point they had
You think they had what?
I think at that point they only had I think at that point they weren't so sure. I think at that point they had a radar indicated tornado warning with a PDS.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we've talked enough about alerts. Let's go ahead and show you a picture real quick so that you guys can see this one. So
Are you showing them the Marion tornado?
no. This is a photo from Route 3, just to the south of Rockwood. South of Rockwood. This was where the Perryville tornado crossed Route 3. Is where this occurred. Anyway, I think that's the end of this specific stream. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications for when we go live once again.
Absolutely.
Which we may go live a lot this season.
Yes,
We'll see.